Hey, welcome to Brothers-In-Flaw Sports. I'm your host, Normie, and I've already got some connection issues. Um, Hopefully that'll won't be the everything tonight. So yeah, this is our watch along for the 2021 NFL Draft. I will be here all night, or at least for the first round. I know Cunado is gonna try and pop in and out, but yeah. It's exciting time. See how things go. I did everything and forgot my headphones, so let me undo those real quick. All right, should be good to go now. Yeah. Of course, they're gonna talk about this probably for 30 minutes or so before they actually do anything. So we'll just see how it goes. I know right now they're mainly doing the introductions, things like that. Like I said, I'm the kind of person just let's get to drafting. It's kind of like on game day, especially college football is the worst about that shit. You know, it's game day, game time. They say game starts at 2:30, and hell, they don't start till 2:45 a lot of times. So that it's just the way it goes. You got to get all their ads and stuff in, and I don't know who the people singing are, but yeah. Should be a fun night. Hopefully, see a lot of Alabama players drafted. We can hope. And as long as I don't have any more internet issues, we should be good to go. I don't know if my introduction video went off as stunningly as it was supposed to. Yeah, just sometimes internet craps out on you. And that's just the way it goes. So yeah. I just wish they would just get started. I don't care about the music. Let's go. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. I guess I can put on my banner. And I wonder how our mock draft will look compare to this. We'll just have to see. At least they're there this time. That is. Last year was a pretty weird year. Everybody being at home. But at least they got a green room, got people on stage coming on. You actually get to hear real people booing the commissioner. Like that is something I truly missed last year. That is one of the best things about the draft. Honestly, we can't deny that. Is every time the commissioner comes on stage, he gets booed. And that is the best thing about it. Normally, watch alongs, I usually mute it, but I have the sound up just a little so I can hear the booing of the commissioner. Oh, man. So we got our prospects up there. Old Sunshine himself, Trevor Lawrence. And then who is Justin Fields? I mean, I'm pretty sure we know who's going first round. I think pretty much every mock draft I've seen has Trevor Lawrence going first, Zach Wilson going second. I don't think I've seen one that doesn't have that as at least the first two. I have been hearing things on the third pick that San Francisco has actually gone back and forth, or possibly hinting going back and forth between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. That the gap is closing between the two. So maybe things will get shake up there. And then that fourth pick, that Atlanta Falcons pick, come on. If they don't get Kyle Pitts, I'm going to be pissed. All right, guys, it's been 5 minutes, so let's start this draft. Let's see who we got on the panel tonight. I got Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard. I'm not sure. Todd McShay. Oh, yeah, of course. He would be there. And I guess Mel Kiper will be up there too. No. Wow. Yeah, man, let's do this. Mm-mm-mm. Let me check something here. Let's go in this. All right, I don't care about all that. Close. Okay. Just making sure everything's all right with this. All right. All right, what's going on here? Am I still live here? Just make sure something real quick. All right, it looks like I still am. Okay. All right. Katie Seagal's back in something? Huh. Alrighty. Miracles do happen. No, I'm kidding. She was great on Married with Children. And then that long run of Futurama. So, yeah. Good for her. Good for her. Man, I wish this thing would just start. Come on, draft. Sound off of that. I never get as many notifications as I do when I'm streaming. Like, I never get that many notifications when I'm not streaming, but I'm streaming and it's like binging off all the time. All right. Are we finally going to get to some picks here? I guess not. Chris, it's good to see Kings of Leon, still doing stuff. even if it is the NFL draft. But yeah. Oh, seriously? I should have started the stream at like 7:30. They probably won't start picking until then. Hell. Yeah. All right, let's get to the picking. Damn. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Are they? They're gonna keep singing. We're gonna get to hear some booing. There's actually a lot more people there than I thought there would be. I'm actually kind of surprised. Let's see what he has to say. It's not as booey as I thought it would be, but hey, at least they're hoping to start. Jarvis Landry. Oh, Bernie. And Joe Thomas. That's pretty cool. Bringing the fans up and let them do on the picks. That is actually really cool, and that's it's kind of a way to get the fans back kind of focused. Now we're gonna do a speech. I just, I wish they would get to the actual draft. The thing about the fans, though, yeah, that is pretty cool. Them getting to go up, and wow. Finally, officially open. All right. So this pick shouldn't be hard. So hopefully they'll come in really quickly. Oh yeah, they got 10 minutes to do it. I mean, they've had months to decide. I'm pretty sure they should have decided by now. For them, I don't think it's that hard of a decision. I wonder if they make them do this, make them take time. I mean, like I said, this should be it should have been at the most 30 seconds. So we'll just see how it goes. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Seriously, 2.5 minutes. Come on, Jacksonville. Oh, it's Jesse Palmer. Do you guys know Jesse Palmer played for Steve Spurrier? He played at Florida for Steve Spurrier. Well, I don't see how Jacksonville could fuck this up even more than they had or they normally do. But considering it's taken 5 minutes for the first pick of the draft, that they've had months to decide. Of course, like I said, this has got to be for like I don't know. Kind of so that they can get their TV money or something. I don't know. I don't understand why it takes this freaking long. The only thing I can think of is that they told him to stall. Because, I mean, really, you don't need this much time. I don't understand why the first route is 10 minutes anyway. It should be like 5. I mean, honestly. But what do I know? And they're still talking about it, still taking time off the clock. Mm-mm. Man, I really don't understand what else they could say about the guy. I mean, how long have we talked about the draft? How, it's been months and months and months of talking about who's going first, talking about Trevor Lawrence. Do they really have that much more to say about him that they haven't already said multiple times? So I still don't understand this 7 minutes for the first pick in the draft. Did they finally make the pick? I think we should give them more time. I think they need more time. All right. Let's announce the pick, guys. All right. The pick is in. It has been for 5 minutes. Come on. Go ahead and announce Sunshine's name so we can move on to the second one. Jesus. Oh, shocker. It's pretty much this is what everybody's been saying for months now. Trevor Lawrence was going to go number 1 pick overall. The only sad part is it looks like the mustache ride in Jacksonville is over. Poor Gardner Minshew. Of course, I'm pretty sure he saw this coming as well. But yeah, we'll see how it goes for him coming up. He's a big guy. I mean, so he should fare pretty well. Take some hits, things like that. And now we're going to talk about him some more. I do see there's one person in here. Here, you know what? That way we could try and have something here. Well, I don't know. I'll think about that. Maybe later. Oh, yeah. Trevor Lawrence, first round. Of course, all my sports apps are blowing up now. Number 1 overall. And they even got his number. So I guess he's going to be wearing the 16. So it's been 30 minutes, and there's been one pick. Mm-mm-mm. Damn, he just got married. Of course, the Jets fans are going to show up. This is the happiest moment in the Jets season. It's draft day. And even then, sometimes it's still not a happy day. Wow. points per game last, yards per game last. Hey, they were 31st in passing yards, so good job, Jets. All right, the pick is in. Let's see who it is. And Zach Wilson is there. So, all right. All right. Well, I guess I could change my banner. So leave it up there for 30 minutes before this next pick finally comes in. Oh, here we go. All right, second pick. Zach Wilson. So pretty much what was expected. I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence number 1, Zach Wilson number 2. So really, this next pick is gonna be probably the one that I don't know may surprise. I don't know. I don't think it does. I think they take Mac Jones to this next one. I I don't think they go Trey Lance, but we'll just have to see. At least with this next one, there is some bit of who are they going to get type of excitement behind it. Let's see if I can do something here. Well, I will say, from what I did hear, I heard Zach Wilson had a hell of a pro day, probably one of the best pro days out of all of them, which would explain the higher pick than the other guys. Hmm. Uh, I wish they would just pick. Damn, let's draft. Let's all this show and everything. I mean, do people out there really like this? Like having the band play and making it like a made for TV thing? I mean, do fans out there really enjoy that? Like the 10-minute clock for the first round, things like that. I don't know. I don't think it used to bother me as much. Probably because while they were doing all that crap, I was, on my phone, reading a comic, doing something. And then when they finally threw the pick out, then I would focus. And then after that, I'd go back to do whatever I was doing. But I guess with here, it's like constantly waiting and waiting. I mean, we're only had two picks and it's been 38 minutes. So I don't know. Just my little rant about the draft. I think they just need to go to straight draft and take all the showy stuff out of it. Hmm. Let me see something here. Never mind. All right. Not gonna lie, I may not make it through all these picks if it's gonna take this damn long and all of this filler and bullcrap. I thought we were just gonna do like an actual draft and just pick after pick and not take, they say they get 10 minutes per pick, but it seems like they get a lot longer than that. Hell, it takes them 20 minutes just to stroll out on the stage. All right. Who is it? Trey Lance. Wow. All right. So I wish Santana was on here and give me his thoughts on what he thinks about Trey Lance getting drafted. I think he had Justin Fields in because he picked third for them. He had Justin Fields on there. So you got Trey Lance. That's honestly though that might kind of throw a wrinkle in Atlanta because Atlanta could be seeing Mac Jones still there, and they want to pick him up. I mean, that's finally some something that's not wasn't totally predicted. Let me see if I can. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. I figured they were going Mac Jones all the way, but all right, all right, hmm. Trey Lance, man, that is a bold pick. I will say. I wish I could get Santana's thoughts on that one. So does the Falcons pick Mac Jones? Do they take him since he's actually there? I mean, what do they do? Oh yeah, the Aaron Rodgers thing. So I haven't read that much into it yet. I do want to, but I did hear he voiced that he is not happy in Green Bay and he wants out. That is, I never thought I'd see that, but I mean I kind of understand him. I mean he wants he asks for players around him and he never gets them. All right, the pick is in for the Falcons. All right, Kirk. Now we got to interview all these people. Let's get to the pick. Why are we back to these dudes? Let's go. Get on stage. Announce this pick. Damn. This is such a bloated damn draft. Is he going to let the no? I thought he was going to let the fan pick it. Announce it. Kyle Pitts, thank God. Okay. I'm glad they pulled that trigger. I love Mac Jones. Don't get me wrong. I love Mac Jones, but for Atlanta, I mean, you got Kyle Pitts. Oh, now I don't know about all these. There are trade rumors out there, or yeah, I would say rumors about possibly trading Julio Jones. I don't know about all that. They can get Kyle Pitts. They got Julio, Calvin Ridley. All right. We might have someone coming in. Our live reporter, live correspondent. But yeah, this Kyle Pitts pick, I I'm really excited about that. So the Bengals in the clock. This one could go different way than what people think. I think they were thinking Sewell get an offensive lineman, but I've heard talks of Jamar Chase as well, kind of reunite that Burrow and Chase. I mean, that'd be a deadly offense. But thing is, if they can't keep Burrow healthy because he's getting the hell knocked out of him every other play, I don't know how good it'll be. The Bud Light Stimmy. All right. So we have our correspondent who is live from his best friend's living room.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got some audio issues here with you. Hold on 1 second now.
All right.
There's chaos in the war room here. Probably gonna lose a little light here.
That's fine. I mean, you can even try and turn off your camera.
I feel like our delay is pretty good so far. So no delay, but the situation with Santana, he says he's processing. It's not he's not bummed and he's not psyched. It's he wants to do a draft recap show next week.
Okay.
Pick one. That was incredibly by the book. We all knew that. Can't believe that it took that much time to get it in. Pick
My
two,
God.
same thing by the book. We all knew that the draft started with pick 3.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I've been complaining like a lot about the time it's been taking. I'm not going to be able to make it all 32. I mean, it seems like it's like 15 or 20 minutes per pick.
Yeah. I mean, it's they're really dragging it out. I think that might be for television effect. Santana was actually saying that he got updates that the NFL was urging the Jags and the Jets and the Niners to keep their pick really secret and really under wraps because it basically seemed like nobody was going to move out of those positions except for today when we got the update that the San Francisco 49ers threw everything in the kitchen sink at the Packers to go get Aaron Rodgers when they found out that he wasn't super copacetic there. But yeah, Trey Lance, that's kind of out of left field. Or not out of left field. It was the Vegas favorite, but it was only the Vegas favorite about 5 or 6 hours ago. Up until noon today, Vegas had Mac Jones at -400. That's heavy favorite odds. I mean, you have to lay $400 to make $100, and then it just flipped out of nowhere. And then I was telling the boys inside, Vegas generally knows what they're doing. Like they
Yeah.
knew what was going on come game time here. As far as ranking the pick, I don't know. I think it's actually really good, especially since they also seem heels dug in to not get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo with this pick. That means
Yeah.
Trey Lance gets to sit. I think he probably needs that, especially adjusting to the game speed, coming from not just like a group of five. He's coming from an FCS school in North Dakota. But all the physical tools are there. A lot of people have said that it's between him and Mac Jones as the smartest players at the quarterback position right now. And
Wow. Sorry to interrupt. Jamar Chase. The Bengals got it.
Yeah, and I knew they were going to do that, and I think that that's a mistake. I think it's a big mistake. That they don't need weapons in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow wasn't struggling with his receiving core. Tyler Boyd and dang it, I can't think of his name. T. Higgins weren't dropping balls and they weren't struggling to get open. That was not the problem in Cincinnati. The problem was the fact that Joe Burrow was running for his life every single play, and then it eventually caught up and ended up in a torn ACL and a busted season for the Bengals. I think Jamar Chase is a game changer. He's an incredible wide receiver, but that's not going to cover up, in my opinion, the holes that the Cincinnati Bengals have on that side of the ball.
Right. Now, there was a funny picture, when they displayed their new uniforms and they had that like big throne or something, but Justin Fields was sitting there with like one leg on top of the other, and you could see the scar on his knee from his surgery. I'm gonna try and find it, but here it is. Let me see if I can screen share that. This right here.
Yeah,
this is what happens right here.
And it's one thing because sometimes those knee injuries, especially ACL, like can happen non-contact and freak away from the football, like just like freak accident type thing. But no, like we watched that happen, and we also watched the season as it unfolded with him. He actually played great. It would have been a pretty tight race statistically and just production wise with him and Herbert to the end once Herbert took over in LA for the Chargers.
Yeah.
But he was running for his life every play. I think it should have been Penei Sewell, and I who knows?
My only thing I could think they're thinking is, you got guys like, Alex Leatherwood has fallen down in the second round. There are other offensive linemen that are, they're not first rounders. They're not too high up, but they're still not, taking a flyer on them. They still seem pretty solid. So maybe they're banking on that when it comes to the second round, and then hopefully picking somebody up there. But I would be shocked if they don't do that in their second pick.
Yeah, no, I mean, me too. I mean, we'll see soon. I mean, they'll have this pick, fifth pick in the second round, and it's fairly deep at offensive line this year, especially guys who can kind of transition from guard or tackle. But the only guy who was really surefire was Penei Sewell, who everybody has been really high on since 2019. But
he did sit out. Yeah, that could may have played into it. Oh, that's just right. Never mind.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. Like, I don't understand. Like we saw that photo. Why? I mean, just that meme being shared around, you would think that they would be like, all right, yeah, we definitely need to get an
Once
offensive lineman
again,
in here.
going back to Vegas always knows, this has been the Vegas pick for a few days now, and I just I kind of expected it to happen. I just didn't think that it was the right pick, and we'll see. Jamar Chase
Yeah.
might have a offensive rookie of the year type season next year. Might be an MVP. The Bengals might be a playoff team next year, and maybe he was the missing piece. But I know that for the vast majority, I know that the reason that the Kansas City Chiefs lost the Super Bowl is because their offensive line wasn't good. Now, granted, it was
Yep.
due to injury, but Patrick Mahomes, with all of the weapons in the world, if you don't have time to throw the ball, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And we watched that play out in February, just 2 months ago, where the greatest quarterback, maybe physically of all time, and doing all kinds of magic tricks just to get the ball out of his hands, couldn't move the ball because his offensive line couldn't keep the other team away from him.
Right. I mean, that's it does truly boggles my mind. I mean,
you got a
the
prediction
first
for the Dolphins here?
Who picked for the Dolphins? Santana did. I don't know. I think they either go. I'll say Devontae Smith.
See, now as far as a team needing a weapon,
Yes.
needing a guy like Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, if Pitts was still available, the Dolphins need that. Their offensive line is actually pretty good and pretty young. I mean, they could sure it up a little bit here and there, but for the most part, they have 3 to 5 starters as is. And what they don't have, I mean,
Jalen Waddle. Honestly, that would have been my second. That would have been my second pick because honestly, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, 6 in one hand, half a dozen the other. Like I said on our mock draft, though, I personally have always put Jalen Waddle ahead. And like I said, I think if Jalen Waddle hadn't got hurt, he would have been up there accepting that Heisman Trophy. But a thing that that I don't hear people talk about is how Jalen Waddle's upside in the return game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cody mentioned it on our broadcast the other night, is that Jalen Waddle brings, there's 3 phases to the game: offense, defense, special teams, and all 3 are equally as important. And Jalen Waddle affects 2 of those. Whereas Devontae Smith, obviously, he's a specialist on just the one side of the ball. Same thing with Jamar Chase, and you're not going to put either one of them back returning kicks. And Waddle's a game breaker. I think it's a great pick. I don't really think they could have gone wrong between the 2 Bama receivers.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think so either. Like I said, 6 in one hand, half a dozen, and maybe it could be that they just liked Waddle more because I'm talking about like personality wise, things like that. Because I know that does play too, kind of in the play a little part in it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they do really, really extensive interviews and personality tests on all of these guys. I mean, they make them take the Wonderlic test, which is just pure, basically gauging your IQ. I mean, they get paid. Scouting departments for each NFL team have millions of dollars worth of budget to do what they do.
Yes.
Now, does it always pay off? Absolutely not, because Ryan Leaf and DeMarcus Russell and and Josh Rosen, mistakes are made.
Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky. That one, maybe the jury's still out. I think that we basically have enough information to know that was a mistake, especially since Patrick Mahomes got drafted after him.
Well, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I actually think maybe the Deshaun Watson thing kind of pays off right now.
Yeah. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but
Um,
I guess
all
Deshaun
right.
Watson's situation is a lot worse than Mitch Trubisky, and that's saying a lot.
All right, Normie, I'm going to go back in here into the war room for just a little bit, gauge this. I will jump back on. Uh, for the Lions, I am projecting, especially since Waddle just got grabbed, they need a weapon. I'm thinking here comes your second Alabama receiver. I think here goes Devontae Smith, and I think it's going to be great.
Yep,
Even though Jared
I'm.
Goff's throwing him the ball, and I think he can overcome it. I think he's that good.
All right. Well, I may leave after the 10th pick, so if you come
Okay, I'll try
in
and jump back in at least by
around,
number 10.
yeah. All
And
right.
viewers, it's good to see you guys. Normie, yeah, I'll be back ASAP.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, see you.
See you in a little bit. That was our correspondent, Cunyato, who was live from his best friend's living room. Um, yeah. Cincinnati going with Jamar Chase. That is I I hope it works out for him, but I mean, you have a prime example of last year of why you need to get a offensive lineman, and you have a photo shoot where you see the reason why you need to get an offensive lineman. I mean, you see Joe Burrow's scars, so that one, like I said, it blows my mind. The Miami one, Waddle going to Miami, that mean perfect. I watched some Miami games, and honestly, one of the few targets Tua had to throw to was the tight end. I cannot think of his name, which therein lies the point of some tight end that I can't even remember his name. And just in watching this couple games, he was the most reliable receiver. And I can't even tell you who their running back was last year either. So they need something. So the Jalen Waddle all around, I give it's a good pick. All right, the pick is in. Let's go. Are we gonna? So the Lions did get Jared Goff. They got a lot of picks. So they got a third round this year, and then a first round in 2022, 2023, and they sent off Matthew Stafford. I'll say Cunyato is not a fan of Jared Goff. I remember asking him one time who his favorite player was on the Rams, and he said it's Jared Goff is not it. All right, here we go. Wow. All right. I was not expecting this. Pretty much any mock draft I looked at, Detroit Lions were picking wide receiver, whether or whether it was Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith. Wow. I These past couple picks have been pretty shocking. I wish they would do this quicker. But wow. I mean, I guess it's. I mean, they get a quality. No, yeah, they get a quality offensive tackle. And quality offensive tackle. Jared Goff definitely needs the protection. It is kind of crazy seeing Mac Jones slide down this far, and he's not. I'd be absolutely shocked if he got picked by Carolina, especially Carolina going out and getting getting Sam Darnold. I would be pretty shocked if they got him. Now Devontae Smith going there, it's a possibility. I really don't see them. They may take a defensive player. I kind of don't see it, but yeah. And Carolina is going to take their sweet time. I guess for some of these teams, I mean, it's kind of like timeouts. You can't take them home. So same with their time on the clock. They can't take it home. Might as well use it all. Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's get past the commercials. I know there was more time on the clock, or less time than these commercials have gone. Uh, hmm. Well, we would be watching the NFL draft if they would actually draft. I love this commercial now. Oh, you're in there watching the NFL draft? Well, we would be if they would actually draft. Ah. Oh, we finally get back here. The pick is in and has been for 20 minutes. J.C. Horn. So they did go defense. I'm kind of surprised that they went with a cornerback and didn't go with Surtain. No, Surtain was, I think he was higher ranked, had a better pro day, but I don't know, like with Waddle and the Dolphins, maybe they just thought J.C. Horn was a better fit with the organization. So, yeah, some of the Alabama players are kind of falling down a little bit. I will say, I think I read a stat the other day. He held Devonta Smith to like 50 yards when they played, something like that. Of course, that was year before last. Now that's come on. That's Bo Nix throwing the ball, okay? It's not a real test there. He picked off Bo Nix. Who didn't pick off Bo Nix? So you got the Broncos here coming up. I know Broncos, they were possibly testing the waters with getting Garoppolo and getting him in there. Could they either trade or could they go with Mac or Trey Field or Justin Fields? Are we going back to another commercial? So this could be an interesting pick. I will say this. I mean, it has been a lot more interesting than possibly last year. So I don't really remember any kind of big things from last year's. But this one has definitely been unpredictable. I think the biggest one so far would probably be San Francisco going with Trey Lance. I think that was a bigger. I think that would be a bigger one. The Cincinnati one still. I just. It's like they just must hate Joe Burrow. Hey, Luke. Favorite pick so far? My favorite pick. Well, I mean, Atlanta. That would be the Kyle Pitts one. I didn't know if they were going to pull that trigger or not. I'm glad they did. So Kyle Pitts one would be my favorite so far. How about you? I think the biggest disappointment of the draft has been the draft show itself and just the bloat of it and how long it is taking just to get through the picks. Um, Other than that, the first two picks, pretty much have been set in stone for the past, couple months. Number three, really, with Trey Lance going to San Francisco, that I was not expecting that. I thought Mac Jones would be in that spot. The really surprising one was number 5 with Cincinnati going Jamar Chase and not going Sewell. And then, I guess Detroit, I know from the mock drafts I've seen it was wide receiver, but I guess they saw Sewell and he was one of the better ones on the board, so you got to go. I'm a Clemson guy, so I love the Lawrence pick. I did like Lance to the 49ers, though. Yeah, Santana, who was on here for our mock draft, he's a 49ers fan. He said he is kind of he's not excited, but he's not bummed out about it. He's still processing it. So we'll have to see how he reacts. How he feels after he has time to kind of process the whole thing. But this poses this pretty interesting spot for the Broncos. As a Steelers fan, I'm happy. Yes. Yeah, that it surely does make things a lot easier. Unless they could go free agency and try and find somebody through there. I don't know. And like we talked about it a little bit earlier. There are a lot of this draft is pretty heavy with offensive linemen, so they could be thinking to get Jamar Chase and then get an offensive lineman kind of in their with their second pick. They will be pick number 5 in the second round. So the Broncos pick is in. If they go quarterback, I think Mac Jones. Of course, I've been wrong most of the night already. But we'll see. Patrick Surtain. Yes, I didn't expect this one either. I was pretty sure Surtain was going to the Cowboys. This is wow. All right. I wonder what the Cowboys are going to do now. I know, like I said, that he was on the Cowboys or mock drafts, and I'm wow. But at least we got a defensive player. Well, we got 2 defensive players in the first 10 picks. I know they weren't expecting a defensive player to go until this pick. So this is all right. I like it. Maybe they trying to close out a deal with getting. Our live correspondent is back. Oh, hello there.
You know what, Normie? This draft went basically as scripted, as far as you can script it, for picks 1 through 6.
Yep.
And then the Lions at 7. I mean, there was a scenario for 1 through 6 to where everything happened, or everything that might happen actually happened. Every single one of those scenarios. There was not a single thing that I looked at where the Lions had Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
I think it's a great pick. I think it's a phenomenal pick.
Well, like I was saying it earlier, it could have been one of those where they were wanting a receiver, but that Sewell was pretty much the best on the board at the time. And it's like they probably didn't even think that he would still be there at that point.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I think it was that best player available versus your position of need. Yeah. Like it's that, you have to put it on the scale and weigh it. I think Penei Sewell is probably going to be a generational type talent at that position. Now, granted, the number 1 miss in all NFL drafts is quarterback. And I think that the number 2 is offensive tackle. Those are 2 really tough positions to hammer down. But watching Penei Sewell move, how he can pass pro, block on the run, and go second and third level. I mean, he's as fast as most running backs. I think it was an excellent pick.
Yeah.
So hats off, Lions. Also, wide receivers pretty deep.
Yeah.
I think the Lions can find, and not to sound like a homer, everybody knows that I'm an Auburn fan, but Seth Williams is going to be deeper in the draft. I mean, and he's maybe a slow Kenny Galladay. Actually, I just heard him described as that. Or, there's other people for the Lions to take. Also, I'm pretty sure that was almost the Lions saying, hey, Jared Goff, you're not our future. You're our now. And Penei Sewell is more of the corner piece to build towards the future.
You're the rebound.
Then after that, with the Panthers, this is where the draft started to shake up. So the Lions started it, taking Penei Sewell at 7. That, once again, have not seen that in anything that I've looked at whatsoever. The Panthers with J.C. Horn. I've seen Horn going as the number 1 cornerback in a few mock drafts, but definitely not to the Panthers, and definitely not at number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Unless maybe you go back to some really early ones, because it used to be Caleb Farley, and then he started to fall because his injury history became more prevalent. All right, Denver's in with it's still just Patrick Surtain. Anyways, this is where the draft shook up. 1 through 6, that all fit a mold, or at least one of the molds that we've seen. Props to you, Detroit. You shook things up. Penei Sewell to the Detroit Lions is not a thing that I've seen whatsoever.
Dallas traded their pick to Philly. Because I saw Philly on the clock and I was like, wait a minute, did I miss something? Philadelphia is like number 12.
I think that they had their heart set on Surtain. I mean, I have looked at draft after draft after draft, and 10 has them landing Surtain. And I think that the Broncos at 9, they have a lot of positions of need. I saw right before the draft and a little bit during this draft that they basically said it's not going to be quarterback. I mean, they have Teddy Bridgewater, they have Drew Lock. Both of those guys have shown promise. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater has a couple of really good seasons underneath his belt. So I'm A-okay with their game plan to stay away from quarterback. But I thought they might go middle linebacker. I thought they might go Rashawn Slater, shore up the offensive line. Maybe even wide receiver, help Jerry Jeudy out there. It seemed like the Denver Broncos took Surtain almost to just give the middle finger to the Cowboys. Like the most giant F you. Like, that was your pick, we know. And, we could use cornerback, but we're definitely going to take yours. And so I understand why the Cowboys are trading out of theirs. Can you pop Luke's comment up one more time?
Oh, Eagles and Cowboys teaming up against the Giants, I see.
Maybe, man.
But that is one thing, with the Detroit pick, every mock draft I had seen them taking a wide receiver. Every single one.
I mean,
but it was,
I can't name you a starter at wide receiver for Detroit.
And well, no, I can't either. But I mean, it was different wide receivers, but it was a wide receiver. Now with the Cowboys, every single one I saw had Patrick Surtain.
Everyone,
it was Patrick Surtain in there.
Yep, every single one. And I feel like it got shook up. Like I said, 1 through 6. I mean, there was a little bit of intrigue and maybe a little bit of surprise. I mean, Trey Lance was a late game surprise, but once again, Vegas was on top of that.
Yeah.
1 through 6, for the most part, I have seen happening in some way, shape, or form. I have not seen Penei Sewell to the Lions at 7, and then that's where the shakedown started, and then the trickle down effect. I didn't see J.C. Horn going to the Panthers. And I definitely didn't see Patrick Surtain going to the Broncos. I think they're excellent picks. I don't think I've seen a missed pick so far other than the Bengals. And I think Jamar Chase is going to be one hell of a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be good.
Incredible talent. It's just not what they needed. Yeah. Joe Burrow didn't have a bad season because he didn't have someone to throw it to. That just wasn't the problem.
Mm-hmm. So the pick is in, but there's probably going to be 20 minutes before they actually announce it.
All right. Can we go ahead and fair warn the viewers after this pick? We'll call it, and then we'll just do a recap show next week.
So everybody, we didn't think that this was going to take this long. I mean, this whole draft is going to be really bloated. It's taken a lot of time. I mean, all this time between picks. So after this pick, we're going to sign off. But next week we are going to do a recap. Down in the description is our Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter. We post before we go live. So or you can hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and anytime we do go live, you will know.
Yeah. Hit all of that. Also, Luke, as a Steelers fan, your pick's coming up later. I am going to be watching. I might even try to video record and throw it up on my reaction to that pick. I'm very intrigued by that. Once again, now the draft is shook up. I was really expecting some shakeup. I thought it would happen earlier. Definitely didn't expect it to happen now. I'm still looking for Najee Harris to the Steelers. I think it's a match made in heaven. We'll see. And once again, I will try and get you a reaction. Say hey to Sophie.
Hey, Sophie. All right. Eagles.
I will try and give you my live reaction, even if you don't get it live on our channel.
Yeah. So the Eagles picked Devontae Smith. So they're reuniting Hurts with Smith.
I think that's an excellent pick.
Yeah, I think so too. They need it. They need something.
And I was telling Santana inside, I kind of lean that the combination of Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle have better careers than Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And in all 4 of them, the fact that Alabama
we had all four of them at one time.
At one time and
with
on the
Tua.
field at one time, absolutely insane. That is an embarrassment of riches. But and I really can't say who's the most talented, but I know as far as Devontae Smith goes, he finds a way to make big plays no matter what role he's in. Yep. I think that might be a real draft steal. Like, mark it down, book it down for Brothers-In-Flaw Sports. I'm calling Devontae Smith to be the best out of all 4 of them. throughout his professional career, because it doesn't matter his size, and he's not the fastest. He actually might even be the slowest out of the four of them. I mean, they can all run. Every one of them is fast, but he finds a way to get it done, and he doesn't drop anything, and he gets great separation. So there's my bold claim from April of 2021. Devontae Smith is the best Alabama receiver that was on that Hall of Fame team.
But didn't win the national championship. Have a great rest of your night, guys. I'll keep up with you guys on Twitter. Thank you, Luke. Thank you so much, and we're so happy that you're here, and so happy you're showing up, interacting in the chat. We truly do thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We appreciate it more than you know. And hey, if you have suggestions on future shows, on what you want to hear about, something you might be interested in talking about, leave them on Twitter, leave them on our comment section. We read all of it, and we are open to talking about whatever. And like I said, your Steelers will get good coverage this week. I promise.
Yep. I'm pretty much all the ones I've seen is not. I know this draft has been weird, but pretty much all the mock drafts I've seen, Najee Harris going the Steelers.
To me, it's an absolute lock. It's what they need to do. It's a match made in heaven, but we will see because, well, the shit hit the fan. The Lions decided to buck the norm, and now everything's gotten a little out of whack, which is why the draft is fun.
Well, and so the Giants just traded their pick to Chicago.
Also, I think Luke called this from way back. Seems like there might be some teaming up in the NFC East to screw other teams of the NFC East. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, alrighty. I guess we're gonna go ahead and head on out for tonight. I'm sorry we can't do the whole thing. Like I said, though, it's just if it were just pick, like the Saturdays, 3 through 7 rounds where it's just pick after pick after pick. If it were something like that, we could do that, but there's no way we could sit here for 4 hours doing this draft.
There is a way, Normie. Anybody who's watching right now, anybody who watches this in replay, tell your friends, tell strangers, tell whoever, go hit the like, subscribe button, tell people to watch. And if we have enough watchers, I'm fine pulling 48 hours doing this. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. But
well, yeah. So you just, like I said, I wish it was just a bam, 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 pick, but it's just the way it is. And yeah, don't forget, we're going to do a catch up or do a draft recap, run down all the picks. And other than that, thanks for everybody stopping by, and we'll see y'all next time.
Great to see you guys. Also, if you live it doesn't matter if you live in this area or not. Just want to give a quick shout out. One of our contributors on the comments name is Cody Howell. You can go find him at The Howell Project on YouTube. He has a channel. He's also a personal trainer and a weightlifter. If you're into something like that, he is playing on the Jock Roundtable 94.5 here in Birmingham tomorrow at around 9. Tune in and listen. He's an excellent musician. It'll be worth your time.
And I just dropped his YouTube and here is his Twitter.
Yeah, and also here soon, he plans on being a live guest on our show to talk about perhaps track and field, which don't groan all at once. It might be interesting. I don't know. And he's a Detroit Lions fan, so we can talk about how they shook up the draft. He's an Alabama football fan. He's an NBA fan overall, so get into some nitty gritty. Anyways, sorry to interrupt the cast out, Normie. You're right.
Oh no,
I
it's
just wanted
fine.
to shout that out. Kind of
No.
left that hanging.
Oh yeah, it's always good to shout out Cody. Cody always gets the shout out.
Yeah. Bingo.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Take it easy, guys.